brothers, sisters, family all around, cousins, nieces, nephews, everybody of every shade and every color. God bless America. Said it was kind of sarcastic, but I meant it. God bless us all. We are the world. America is the world. But every culture and ethnicity and background is represented. The only thing is we are not united on who we are and what we are and what is important. We're fighting over these things actually, and it is to our detriment because it's foolishness. We have no knowledge of who and what we are and how we are made. So therefore, people can bring divisions based on ideas or feelings or whatever it may be. So I just want to touch on some things. There is no easy way to say what I'm gonna say right now to anybody out here. Actually, there is an easy way, and it is what it is, man. I believe these to be the facts. Okay, and you just got to get down to the science of it. It is what it is. All right. Women are already gay men, so no man can be necessarily gay or homosexual by his physical, biological makeup. He cannot. He is physically, biologically a heterosexual straight. Why? Because he is designed to be attracted to a homosexual male in this species. Our species is male. Humankind, human, there it is again, man. You can't get away from this even when I'm talking about a woman or female or multiple with men or her or she. So anyways, females typically have two of the same sex chromosomes, right? An X and an X. The term for this is homogametic sex. Homogametic sex. Put a pin in it. Males, they also typically have two different kinds of sex chromosomes. See, theirs are different. Women have two of the same, men have two different. One is an X for a man, the other one is a Y for a man or male. The term used for this is heterogametic sex. Heterogametic sex. So, after just bringing that out, I wonder how many people light bulbs start going off as to where we might have got a term to deem two people in a intimate relationship as homosexual instead of anything else. Well, because it is two of the same together that makes them homosexual. Okay? And they're getting this from the very cells that make up the female or the feminine counterpart of the male species, right? So what is it? Homogametic. I want to just look at it, right? Homogametic. Look it up for yourself, all right? Denoting the sex which has sex chromosomes that do not differ in morphology. Resulting in only one kind of gametic cell, or gamete, or gemete. I believe it's gemete, which is gonna be a cell, like a germ cell in the body, right? In mammals, the female. In birds, the male. A mature haploid, male and female germ cell, which is able to unite with another of the opposite sex in sexual reproduction to form a zygote. two of these, and the male has two. One of them has one that is opposite from the other one has two of the same, but when they come together, they're able to unite and bond with the opposite, which gives them the ability to reproduce, okay, itself. Heterogametic, denoting the sex which has sex chromosomes that differ in morphology, resulting in two different kinds of gamete. And the same is in birds, it's vice versa, flipped around. Okay, so we already discussed that. Mammals, it's the female that is homogametic and the male that is heterogametic. If we're talking about heterogametic and we're looking at the species of a fowl or a bird, then it is the female that is heterogametic and the male that is homogametic. This may have something to do with the fact they lay eggs or something. Not sure. Not a genius or not. Alright. Now, let's just go a little bit further, because these words are used and we're using them in our society somehow, so we got to figure this out. A homosexual, what is that? This is it. Homosexual is a romantic attraction, a sexual attraction or sexual behavior between members of the same sex or gender. With members of the same sex. Two mammals that have, in this case the mammals are mankind, human, man, and if they both have two X chromosomes and they operate together, well, the women are already designed with two X chromosomes, they're already homosexual by biological design, by nature's design. Now you have a guy who has an X and a Y, and he is in a romantic, sexual, attractive behaviors towards another guy who has an X and a Y. That now is homosexual behavior, because it's the same chromosomes and there's nothing there for them to unite to each other, because they won't unite, they only unite to the opposite. Okay, so reproduction is impossible, making them homosexual. A heterosexual, a person who is sexually or romantically attracted exclusively to people of the other sex. So a male, by his biological, natural nature, physical makeup, is heterosexual. He is designed to be attracted to the opposite. Why? There's the word why, because that's one of his cells. Why is the thing that makes him be able to connect, and if possible for the X's to unite to this. Why? It opens the door. Okay, so he's heterosexual. He must have the opposite. And what is his opposite? He is in search of a homosexual, because that is what he unites to. That's the only thing he can produce with, is a homosexual, which happens to be a female, a woman. Now, I know everybody's gonna be all saying something about the word gender and stuff like this, so let's just look at it. Gender, the male sex or female sex, especially when considered with reference to social and cultural differences rather than biological ones. So they're trying to change the definition here and say, oh, well, it has to do with social and cultural differences, not necessarily their biological difference. as far as them being a different gender rather than male or female, or one of a range of other identities that do not correspond to established ideas of male and female. Okay, so what they're going into here is, something a little bit deeper, that actually it doesn't take away from what we're stating here, that women are gay men, they're homosexuals by nature, and men are heterosexual and we're straight by nature. And you have to have a heterosexual and a homosexual come together in order to reproduce another sexual being that is either going to be a homosexual or a heterosexual. See, in everything there's balance. You want to say that everybody has to be straight. Well, guess what? What's straight for a woman? What's straight for her is to mess with the straight one, because she's not by design. And if she was, then she couldn't give birth, because she wouldn't have the 2 chromosomes that tell her body to replicate, to produce the same physiological makeup. Okay. Now this word gender, let's look at it. Let's go to its origin. Latin genus, meaning birth, family, nation. Okay, so that's an interesting thing there. That's in the Latin to the Old French gendre or genre. Okay, still means birth, family, or nation. Now the Latin plus the Old French is where we get our late Middle English gender. Okay, it has to do with birth, has to do with family, and it has to do with the continuation of the family, which ultimately becomes a nation of people.